What's up, Santa?
What's good, little boy? What's your name?
Daniel.
And what do you want for Christmas, Daniel?
Well, something I've always wanted for Christmas is... Wake up, Westland. This is Wildcat News. I'm your host, Ben Moran, and I'm Jay-Z. We're now going to spin for the 6th grade prize. Let's kick off sports. So the soccer team and the swimming team went up against each other. However, the swimming team didn't do too well because they were on land. You know what's grinding my gears this week, Barons? The bathroom doors being locked. What is up with that? That's all for this week, Barons. Now back to you, Daniel, and Daniel, and Daniel, and Daniel, and Daniel. I want to be on BCC TV second semester.
Well, Daniel, I'm glad you asked.
If you are a current senior and you want to be on BCC TV for second semester, we will be holding auditions after the break.
The auditions will happen on January 7th, 8th, and 9th after school.
Seniors, this is your last chance to be on the show.
Sweet, I'll be there.
What's poppin', Barons?
On today's episode, we'll spread some Christmas cheer.
See who our last Fly Baron of the year is.
And see what Abigail has in store for this week.
I'm Amelia Stanley.
And I'm Ben Moran.
And you're watching BCC TV.
Yo, Amelia, what's going on in the news this week?
The Indian government has passed a controversial citizenship law that discriminates against Muslims and in some cases strips them of their basic rights. The law is part of Prime Minister Modi's nationalist politics in the world's second largest country. Protests against the law have compared it to Nazi policies in the 1930s.
Congress and the White House have agreed on a new budget deal consisting of $1.4 trillion in spending and averts a government shutdown. This compromise package includes funding for President Trump's border wall, repeals some of the Affordable Care Act's taxes, raises the age of tobacco purchases to 21, funds gun violence research, and appropriates additional funding for the census in 2020.
In local news, new video surfaces of a Bethesda jewelry store being robbed by 3 suspects last Friday evening. One of the suspects showed the employee his handgun and demanded them to hand over the jewelry, stealing $60,000 worth of merchandise.
A 17-year-old Walter Johnson student was struck by a Jeep while crossing the street to get on his bus last Friday morning. Police spokesman Tom Jordan stated the bus's arm was out and its flashing lights were on, indicating the bus was stopped and loading students. The student is in the hospital with life-threatening injuries.
All I Want for Christmas Is You has reached the #1 spot on the charts for the first time in 20 years.
Yo, that song is a certified slapper. What's your favorite Christmas song, Amelia?
Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Wait, aren't you Jewish?
That way. Go, go, go. There you go. Onward!
It's Christmas time in the city. Jingling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Oh, this is so fast. Oh my God.
Santa baby, slip a sable under the tree. For me, I've been an awful good girl. Santa baby, come on,
Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table and give me a treat. C'est vivant to play with it like us to eat. And while we are playing, take a hug and count the volley. Dancing it stops. What's going on?
Let's go! Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw him, you would even say it was. And all the other reindeer used to have him call him names. 3, 4, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring, snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle all has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chiming, jingle bells time. And singing we're singing jingle bells swing in the frosty air. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? The right time is the right time to rock your night away. Jingle bells high, jingle bells high, to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle bells, get the real thing. Jingle around the block. Mix and mingle with the jingling beat. That's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell rock.
Not gonna lie, Ben, you're actually a pretty dope Santa.
Man, I wish I could be like Santa.
What do you mean?
You know, I could be like coolin', going around giving presents to the children. Man, I could change the world if I was Santa.
Well, you can't be Santa because Santa's Santa, but you can start by following the lead of this month's Fly Baron.
Good morning, Barons. I'm Teresa Montoya, and it's the end of December, so it's time for Fly Baron of the Month. Could you please introduce yourself?
Of course. My name's Ethan Tiao. I'm a senior here at BCC. I'm a president at an organization called Youth Creating Change and one of the co-presidents at BCC's gun sense organization, BCC Students for Gun Control.
What inspired you to become involved with activism?
Really, the Parkland shooting in 2018 is what made me fall in love with student activism, seeing the way that students rallied around a common cause and made their voices heard at a national and countywide level.
What is Youth Creating Change?
So, Youth Creating Change is essentially a social justice incubator. It provides students who are looking to create social justice, create social change, with grassroots organizer training, grant funding, mentorship, and then public recognition for their initiatives.
What projects are you currently working with?
So we are supporting, 60 students from across the county who are carrying out 33 different projects. The projects range from initiatives working to combat the achievement gap, addressing gun violence, climate injustice. The list goes on. It's a pretty diverse range of groups.
What advice do you give students who are trying to start their activism career?
So I think just keeping your eyes out for different programs in your school that are working to address certain injustices that you're interested in or that really mean a lot to you. Going to club fairs is a great way to find out about different social justice movements going on. And then joining groups like MoCo for Change, which act as like a hub for student activism. You get to meet leaders from across the county who are carrying out really cool initiatives.
What is BCC for Gun Control up to right now?
So right now, we actually put together a memorial in honor of the Sandy Hook youth victims. It was actually up in the main atrium last week. What we did was cut out 20 child-sized silhouettes, and 3 people made up a group, and each group would try and portray the lives of each student in their own unique artistic way. It was really powerful, I think, seeing the different ways that they're portrayed, seeing the interests, really sobering. But it was, I think it came out really well.
What else do you do?
Past BCC for Gun Control and Youth Creating Change, I was lucky enough to be one of the co-captains of the BCC soccer team this year with an amazing group of teammates. I'm an opinion editor or a co-opinion editor within the Tatler. And then for the last 4 years, I've been on the Baron debate team.
Back to you, Ben and Amelia.
Thanks, Teresa.
Ethan was the Fly Baron? Guys, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. That joke that I made back in episode 13 about crying after scoring well in the Pacer test, that was about Ethan.
Did you really just expose him for his middle school PE antics?
Yes I did. But in all seriousness, Ethan is my oldest and one of my best friends. And that segment only gives him a fraction of the recognition that he deserves for his work. But yeah, I did expose him.
You gotta learn a thing or two about manners.
I also gotta learn a thing or two from Abigail. Let's tune in to see what she has in store for us this holiday season.
Of the 3 major winter holidays, only one has really permeated popular culture to the point where everyone knows it, and that holiday is Saturnalia, the ancient Roman festival honoring the harvesting deity Saturn. Fun fact, that deity is also specifically known for eating several of his children. Initially, Saturnalia was just one day, but by the later empire, around 133 to 31 BC, the festival expanded to be a week of partying, gift-giving, and general merriment. People would hang wreaths and other plant-based decorations on their home, wear colorful clothes called synthesis, and even slaves didn't have to work that week. In fact, their masters would sometimes serve them as they sat at the head of the table in a fun role reversal thing. Actually, role reversal was a pretty common aspect of the traditions. In some households, a lesser member of the family was crowned as Saturnalia's Principus, and they were in charge of mayhem and mischief. In other words, their job was to have bad fashion sense, insult people, and flirt badly with... Wait a minute. See, Saturnalia was about the freeing of social burdens and inhibitions, with singing, gambling, gift-giving, and general shenanigans. Kind of like Christmas. Actually, a lot like Christmas. Actually, a lot of Christmas is based on Saturnalia. Some theologians, or Jeezy boys as they are referred to in academic circles, theorize that Jesus wasn't born on December 25th. Rather, he was born in the spring because of certain details about the story. The only reason that we celebrate it in the winter is because of the later holiday of Christmas was wrapped up in the existing holiday of Saturnalia. Most scholars on the subject will tell you that this is a pretty common occurrence. Over the centuries, even as specific holidays faded out of popular culture, their traditions lived on, but were just associated with a new festival. So my joke about how Saturnalia is the most popular holiday of the season was kind of true, because Saturnalia may be gone, but it still exists in our hearts. Back to you, Ben and Amelia.
Thanks, Abigail.
Let's pass it to Aiden for the sports report.
Hey Barons, we've had an exciting week of sports as wrestling starts us off with a win against Springbrook, the defending state champs, 41-22 on Saturday. They absolutely dominated against Gaithersburg on Tuesday and are now headed to West Virginia this weekend, getting a total of 8 matches, including the 1A defending state champ. Good luck to all our wrestlers. Girls basketball beat Northwood last Thursday, then went on to play Watkins Mill on Wednesday, winning 73-29. The girls move on to a 3-0 record. Keep up the great work. They play against Gaithersburg tonight at Gaithersburg. Boys basketball also won against Northwood last Thursday, then unfortunately took a loss in overtime to Watkins Mill on Wednesday. They have a game tonight at home against Gaithersburg at 7:15, so make sure to come out and show your support. Swim and Dive had a meet against Sherwood last Saturday, with both girls and boys winning. The team had an abundance of PRs, season bests, and great finishes. Congrats to our bocce team for a great win against Churchill on Tuesday. Good luck in the upcoming games after break. Indoor track and field unfortunately did not run in their meet on Monday due to the snow day, but they do have a meet tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at PG Sportsplex. Wish your runners good luck and come out to support. That's all for the sports this week. Back to you, Ben and Amelia.
Thanks, Aiden.
And that's all for 2019, Barons.
Check back in next year for more news, updates, and humor. Keep the standards high.
And stay classy, BCC.
I'm Amelia Stanley.
And I'm Ben Moran.
And we're signing off. Not gonna lie, Ben, you're actually a really pretty whoa. Okay, so